I don't know what the hell that is, what they threw on there, but I just noticed Buddy has freaking mud all over him. So I've got him locked up over here, and evidently Buddy went swimming. He looks like the damn. Look at him playing. I don't know what they're running around about. Buddy looks like a damn muddy mess. So they were standing at the gate a few minutes ago. They've been crying to get to bail all day, and they can't. So it looks like Buddy, or Ransom, did not get in the water. But Buddy definitely. Hi, little Ransom. Hi, boys. Oh, you're a little Ransom. He's got a little. He's not flat as Buddy. So look at Buddy's muddy butt. He was out there rolling in that dam. And when I saw Ransom running, he wasn't limping. But man, when he's walking, he's limping like he's really hurt. Hi, Bud. Hi, little Ransom. Hi, little man. What are you doing? Hi, buddy. Hi, buddy. No biting. Don't you open that mouth, boy. Don't you do it. You know what's coming. You know what's coming. I'll grab that little nose. How come you didn't go in the mud with Buddy? Buddy went out there and went for a swim. Look at that muddy horse. I wonder if he went on one side or both sides. I only saw this side. Let me check his other side. He only went on one side. So this is clean Buddy on this side. They've been locked up ever since all these concrete people are out here. All right, I'll add this in. Okay, so finished laying it. There's Moki stalking. He's all excited. There's no work or show this morning. He can come out and play. It's okay, Moki cat. So the little ridge will help the mats from sliding in and out. They cut that because it slants this way, so it'll drip this way when I'm giving the horses a bath. So this area is done. I mean, they moved this, which was freaking amazing. I mean, they got that square because they put this on square on a building. What scared you? Of course, Moki came out here last night first to see. The wood right here is gone. So I have to re-put that. Moki can't jump up top now. He's all confused. He's like, dude, where's your little ramp that you used to use? He's like, Dad, you took my ramp down. Oh, I know. So he came walking out here last night. I don't know if his little footprints are here. As soon as he came out of the house, he was walking back here. But it was pretty hard. There he goes. He made it up there. He likes his little scratching post. He knows he gets petted. Good morning, little Moki cat. So Stewie's gone. I think I've seen him kind of looking for him. The guy that put the concrete in gave it to his daughter. I figured he'd have a better life with a little girl living on it. And he calls me yesterday. He goes, oh my God, if my daughter, she's crying. Somebody left the door open and the rabbit got out. They can't find it. I'm like, oh no. I said, tell him to shake that little jar I showed you with food. He'll come and kiss at him. Because I taught Moki to go, and I shake that jar and he'd come for his breakfast. So anyway, they found him. He came to him, and all's well back at the rabbit. So this is just straight, this is what they call the brush finish. They just run the brush down it. I was watering it down, and I wanted to see if the drip line worked, because this is supposed to drip this way, and this is supposed to drip this way. And this one dripped good. It drained good. This one, it kind of puddled right here where you can see. So he said, well, they have to come. He goes, we'll come back with a little a grinder, and we'll grind that down. He goes, it's too hard to fix now. But I mean, you can't really check the drip line until after it's dry. And I was just wetting it down so it wouldn't dry fast. And he was like, man, don't put too much water on it. It's still trying to dry. I mean, when they laid my foundation, they were like, don't let it get dry. And I was always watering it. These guys were like, don't water it too much. And the guy did tell me, he goes, if you water it, you'll get water spots. And I guess you can see a little water spots in here, but I'm like, all right, from where the water kind of bounced and hit. So, hey, I'm freaking extremely happy. I ran my little metal detector around here to pick up any, because, you know, there's a lot of nails when concreters come out and stuff, and I was watching them. They drop the nails in the holes of the stakes. So when they pull the stakes up, they just drop the nails down the holes, because normally a lot of them just throw them everywhere. And I didn't want my horse to step on it, so I walked around with a magnet around all the areas, and there wasn't. They tried to kind of clean up the stuff they did, but they end up cutting into all my good level rock base that I had. So I'm a little disappointed on that, but they moved all the dirt over here and really leveled this out, and they did a great job on Mr. T's grave out there. They brought a lot of excess dirt out there and made it nice and flat and groomed it out. So hopefully they'll stop digging on Mr. T's grave. I only put a border on this side to hold the mats so they wouldn't go that way. But you know what? It's not that big of a deal. I think it's too far anyway, but I should have just left that one off, to be honest. They were going to put a border here to hold the mats, and I was like, with concrete, maybe it won't move as much. And if it does, it's not that hard to move back. And it's not like when it moves on dirt, you get those gaps, and then mud and stuff gets through it. So you don't want mud and grass growing in between your mats, because it's a pain in the butt with horses. And of course, you know, that damn skid steer, it just tears up the ground. This was all nice ground. Tore up this area really bad. But I mean, that's anytime you get concrete done, they're going to do that. I end up selling him the, he gave me 25 bucks a piece for the, what are those damn creosote things? The train tracks. Hell, I'm not looking at it, so I don't even know what the hell to call it. Shit. Anyway, so pretty happy with them, man. They did a really good job. They seemed professional. They seemed cleaned up their mess good. They put this tape up, which kept the horses out really nice. I mean, they, you know, they had one thing of concrete and it wasn't enough. They sent another one, and I told him, I said, hey man, since it took more, you know, you can. He goes, nah, I don't raise my price. He goes, unless you start adding stuff. He goes, if it's my fault for not measuring right, he goes, I'm not gonna change you. So he didn't raise me anymore, and just really happy with this company. So if you're in a Texas area, I'll put I think it's Grizzly something contracting. I'll put the link in the description. And just a good guy. He's got about 30 different people working for him, a lot of crews. He does a lot of commercial, but commercial, I guess, takes longer to pay, so he doesn't have a good flow coming in. And he said these little side jobs like this help get him in. They put the metal plates in, and they put the drain area over here, because this one has a slant this way, so the water will drain out over here. And he said I could put the mats on today and everything. I'm gonna let it dry out all day though. I'm not gonna, I don't know if that's good or bad, but keep the horses off it, and horses are eating breakfast, and that concrete's done, except for the mats. Okay, so moving the mats on, looking nice tight in the middle. Tight corners and edges, man, they did a really good job. No more mud and sinking and building up, and so as I'm watering, it still has a big gap there for the water to drain out. Nice. Okay, mats are on. Man, that's nice the way they did that lip. They actually measured the mats and said they're like 3/4 inch. So they made the lip to where it was almost flush. So now when you're sweeping, it goes over the edge and it makes a smooth edge instead of hitting a rough corner. It's also going to stop a horse from chipping a hoof because it's level right there. So really nice little detail that I didn't know till I put the mats in here. Worked out really nice. For horse people, these little areas are really nice for like farriers. It's flat. It's flat for the horse. Horse is less slipping when you put rocks and grounds and mud and sinks and holes and grass. It was always a pain in the butt. It also stops the grass from growing through, so you know the horses aren't going to be eaten when you have them tied up, worried about you know, other things instead of standing there tied. So you give them a bath, use this area to do some work with them, saddle up, to groom, to doctor, and to for farrier care. Okay, so this has been drying all day, and I think I'm gonna go ahead and move these mats on here. I wanted for my horsey people, this little tape they put up really kept the horses out, and I'm kind of surprised. The flapping and the blowing. I know somebody's gonna say it's probably, they think it's hot wire, but my guys don't know what hot wire is. So I think they just felt uncomfortable and they didn't want to push through it. So the fact that they did that and they picked up all their nails, these guys did a really great job. I'm gonna go ahead and put those mats in there now. So I know this is part 3, but Grizzly Contractors is the guy I used. Joey's his name. Great guy. Phone number is 940-367-1445. His name's Joey. Nice guy, hard worker. Got a good crew, stayed up on the job. Went far and beyond on lots of things. He put things in, he moved things, he did, and he didn't try to raise the price and say we need to add this way. I mean, he said if this is what you want, this is what we'll do, this is the price, and he stuck to it. Even though he ended up short and had to put more concrete, he didn't raise the bill on me. So good, honest guy, and highly recommended him. Grizzly Contractors. He's on Facebook, and that's her phone number, 940-367-1445. So you guys can beat me up in the comments, or tell him what he did wrong in the comments, and he can read them. All right, we'll talk to y'all later. We'll end that there.